Yeah? All right. Good afternoon, everyone. You can do better than that, yeah? We can do better than that. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. All right. I know we had a big lunch, so you might be a little bit, I guess, sleepy or nappy, but let me make it more energetic. One of my goals is to make this session the more energetic and fun session so that you will remember forever. Of course, the topic is also super awesome, right? SharePoint multi-geo, right? Woo! Exactly. All right, I'm Sesha Mani. I'm a principal PM manager. My team owns the security, policy, and compliance for all of SharePoint and OneDrive, and also I'm driving many activities across Office 365 as well. And I have here with me Adriana Wood. She is a senior program manager. She will join me in a few minutes. And she is in my team focusing specifically on the multi-geo related activities. So what I thought to start the session with a quick teaser demo of how easy it is to actually get SharePoint multi-geo going. How many of you are interested to see that? I expect every hand to go up. Awesome. You don't want that one? I don't know, I think maybe it'd be the wrong session, actually. All right, let me get going. How many have configured on-premises regional satellites? Yeah? So you all know how complex it is, how expensive it is, and also how tedious it is. It takes months of planning, and then you get your on-premises infrastructure, get it deployed, and then perhaps maybe months later, you get it actually available you make it available for your end users. So what I'm going to show you, which is real quick, here I am on the SharePoint Admin Center. This is our geolocations tab. This is one place for all things multi-geo, this geolocations tab that we have introduced. And you will see this tab available for you after your tenant has been enabled for multi-geo SKU itself. Okay? Now, in this particular tenant, throughout this session, I'm going to use the Contoso Energy Corporation theme. So it's an energy company, which is a multinational company. And they have offices in, as you can see in this picture, North America, Europe, Korea, Asia Pacific, and Australia as well. So that picture tells immediately, as a SharePoint admin to me, what are all the locations my SharePoint content is actually available for me. Okay? My CIO came to me and said, Sesha, I wanted to add Japan to this footprint as well, because we are expanding our business in Japan location. Now, all I have to do is click on Add Location. As you can see here, I have the options available for me: Canada, France, United Kingdom, and Japan. I can select Japan from the list. Off we go, right? So let me go ahead and click Japan here. Click Next. And the only information that I need to provide is, as you know, for each SharePoint site and document, you need to refer by an URL, right? That's how you refer the document or a site or a OneDrive. So in this case, for Japan location, I need to decide what's the URL I want for the satellite geo. So here I'm going to select, let's say, Contoso, Japan. So all I have to do is pick that namespace, and then I click Add, and it's going to do some verifications behind the scene, and then it will get the geolocation, provisioning of the geolocation gets started as well. Now, as you can imagine, it's going to take some time. Now I just kicked off provisioning that satellite geo. So it's literally now going off in our service, spinning up a form in the, Japan location, connecting to my Contoso Energy tenant, and let's see how this provisioning goes toward the end of this session itself. You guys like it? That's how easy it is, actually. All right, let's actually get a little bit more into the business values, and then I'll come back to more demos of SharePoint multi-geo. This session is going to be demo-heavy session, just to give you the warning up front. Not many slides. All right, what is multi-geo? So this is about enabling a single Office 365 tenant to span across multiple geographic regions and our countries. That's why we call it geos. So when I say region, as you know, North America, EMEA, and Asia Pacific are the regions, major regions that we support, as well as countries like United Kingdom, Japan, Korea, Australia. Now that list, countries where we have data center, is going to expand, right? Now we are looking at actually enabling Switzerland as another Go Local location as well for Office 365. So as the Office 365 data centers footprint increase or expand across the globe, part of multi-geo support, we will add them as well. So you can expand your organization. In the future, you are pretty much set for the long term. So no matter which geo or country that you would like to expand your business to, assuming we have the Office data center there, you're all set to go in this case. The other important point is single Office 365 tenant. This is one tenant, and that is a big, big reason why we chose that architecture rather than trying to have separate tenants in each geographic location and trying to stitch them together somehow so that we can give you that one. The single mode reason is, as a company, you want to have a single brand. For example, Microsoft, it is Microsoft.com, Microsoft Corporation. That's the brand. It's not like I have MicrosoftAsia.com, MicrosoftJapan.com, right? It's just Microsoft.com, so that every partner, every supplier who's interacting with us is interacting with us only in that particular brand. So it is single mode important to have that brand, and that way you can accomplish it as single tenant. Second of all, every user you have in your organization, you want them to have a single sign-on experience, no matter where the content lives, no matter who's sharing with them in your organization. So there are several reasons like this, so we stick with this architecture of a single Office 365 tenant, but being able to span your data, because at the end of the day, the reason why you need this is the data residency. Now let me quickly walk through how in the pictorial view, how this experience will look like. So here I am on a Contoso Energy, starting with North America as the central location. I'm adding Europe as a satellite. I just showed you how easy it is to add it. I can also add Australia, which is a country that can add location that as well. And there is no difference at all between what you get in the country versus what you are getting in the regional aspects. The SharePoint functionalities are exactly the same, okay? Not only I'm getting these in specific satellite geos, I can also now allow my employees to collaborate across these geo boundaries as well. So I truly have a one enterprise view of my organization after this multi-geo setup is configured in my tenant. Now, why do we actually do this? There are two aspects to it. First of all, many of you know, user-attached resources like OneDrive and mailboxes, perhaps there are country-specific data residency regulations that you must keep them in the same soil where the user is actually working from. If he's working from Australia, his mailbox and OneDrive is kept in Australia soil. Same thing if he's working from Japan, it's actually set in the Japan soil itself. That's one aspect. The second aspect, which is actually the most complex aspects, is the shared resources, such as SharePoint team sites and Office 365 groups, because there is no association to a single user. Today, I am the site owner for the site collection. Tomorrow, it could be Adriana is the site owner of that. Or tomorrow, it could be Vinod, who's the site owner for that site collection. So it may keep changing. So how do we deal with that? That's exactly what you're going to learn in this particular session, which is the shared resources and team site. So what I thought, to give you the value prop rather than from me, actually hearing from a customer who actually deployed it for a year already and been using and taking the benefits of this multi-geo approach. So Novartis is the catchers. Please join me in welcoming Nicholas from Novartis, and we will have a quick Q&A on how they are doing. You might have to share the mic, I guess.
I have another one.
I think he's coming.
Okay.
Thanks. Here we go, Nick.
Everyone hear me okay? Is it on?
Not yet, I guess. Is it on?
It's on. There we go.
There we go. All right. So first of all, thank you, Nick, for coming over here and sharing your experience with us. Why don't you start with, tell us about Novartis? I'm pretty many of you already know, but why don't you start with us, just an introduction to Novartis?
Well, first of all, Sesha, thank you for having me here. I was glad to come participate in this event. Novartis is a pharmaceutical company. We're based out of Europe in Switzerland. That's our primary location, but our headquarters in the US is over in East Hanover, New Jersey.
How many users you have in Europe and in North America and other satellites?
I don't know the breakdown of the other regions in the rest of the world, but right now we have about 35,000 users in the US, and then rest of the world is in about 120,000 users.
Awesome, awesome. And I know you are probably the first customer who have onboarded to OneDrive Multi-geo when early stages when it was in preview, and it's been almost a year now since your tenant is deployed and you have many users coming in. Can you share with us how that experience has been going on with the multi-geo deployment?
The TAP program that we did with you guys around the multi-geo experience was one of the best TAP programs that we were a part of.
Glad to hear that. Okay.
I was thinking about this last night because we were just coming off another TAP program around a search improvement initiative where we were working, I think, with the same team around launching the search appliance because we wanted to have a unified experience around search so that content on premise and in the cloud was all mixed in one index. We had just finished that, and I would say that was a little more painful.
Painful? Okay.
So we come to our onboarding for OneDrive Multi-geo, and the biggest concern that we had was now that we had data in 2 different locations, it wasn't integrated in search. And we had a lot of configuration that we had to do to get prepared for Multi-geo. We had to align our Active Directory, make sure the preferred data locations were all set properly. But then this search aspect was something that was looming over it. We flagged it early, and we worked with the team. We had a mitigating plan in place to make the experience palatable.
Yeah.
But then within several weeks, we had a full solution. And we had our unified experience, and not only did that lead to a good user experience, but on the back end, it meant that our e-discovery processes would all remain intact because everything was still connected.
I'm very glad to hear that. In fact, that was one of the main feedback that Novartis gave us early on, is search experience is so critical in the multi-geo tenancy. So make sure that you're giving us unified search experience, which I'm going to show you in a minute, a demo as well. So thanks for the feedback, and as you mentioned, we rightfully address the feedback as well. Quickly, last question. Where do you see yourself deploying this next, let's say, 3 to 5 years, and how it's going to help you in expanding your business as well as the deployments of SharePoint as well within Novartis?
Sure. So currently, we only had the one requirement to have the one additional geo in the US because we had a residency issue. We had to keep the data for US associates on OneDrive and Exchange in that location. We've talked about this before. It's not a performance solution, right?
Yes.
So we're not going to spin up geos in Japan just because we'll put it closer to Japan users. You don't get the performance gain out of it. So from a geo perspective, I think for the short-term plan, I think we're set with what we have. We have no immediate plans to spin something else up unless we have more data residency issues. However, we are very much looking forward to SharePoint Multi-geo to be able to bring some more content into SharePoint Online that's still sitting in on-premise environments because we didn't have that US instance. It's going to allow us to shut down a lot of our footprint on-premise and be able to move on and focus strictly on our cloud strategy.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So it was great, and we'll continue to work with you in getting your feedback, and I would say maturing this technology even more, and I'm happy to actually in a minute we'll announce SharePoint Multi-geo as well. So thanks very much for sharing your time with us today. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, folks. So as Nick was pointing out, the 2 main aspects are the data residency of what they are trying to accomplish with US locations specifically was the main reason. And it's important for them to be able to meet those requirements. And of course, they had still on-premises in the US location that they want to move it out to the Office 365. So it really helps this journey as well. The second major one is also the enterprise search experience, truly being in one enterprise. That is another key factor that helped them to go with the journey of Office 365. All right, let me actually now get going on the further demos before I get into the one last slide. So what are the available geos? I think I mentioned earlier there are 3 main regions like Asia Pacific, North America, and EMEA, as well as countries like Australia, Canada, Japan, South Korea, United Kingdom, and France. Now, if you notice, there is a to-be-launched list as well. Like India, for example, that's one of the geo that we are working on right now to have it ready for you as well. And any other new countries that become available, we will bring it forward for you as part of multi-geo. And generally available, the Exchange Online and OneDrive for Business service is already available. As you can actually try to enable it for your tenant, work with your account team to be able to get there. The link that I have at the bottom, aka.ms/getMultiGeo, just go to that link and it will give you what is OneDrive Multi-geo and how do you actually get going with enabling that for your tenant. And SharePoint Online, we are in development for this particular aspects of it. Well, having said that, let me do it one more time. I didn't get enough vibe for it. Come on. All right, let's do one more time. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. SharePoint Online Multi-geo is going to be available, generally available, in Q1 of calendar 19. Now, I've been waiting for multiple years to say this in front of all of you. So we are really privileged to bring this forward for you. And it's going to be in, I would say, general availability fashion in Q1, but preview fashion by end of this calendar year. Now, what it means to be a SharePoint Online Multi-geo? It means that the satellite locations, as you see in this picture, Europe, will have full-fledged SharePoint functionalities in addition to your central location, meaning literally your satellites can have whatever you have today in your central location. So all your satellite users, subsidiary users, will get the same richer and modern productivity experience as well. So with that, I'm going to get on to the demos. Most of the time, we're going to spend on demos itself. I'm going to act as the global admin for Contoso Energy Corporation, and then Adriana will act as the end user who is working in the European satellite in the Contoso Energy Corporation. So let me switch over to the demo machine again. So the first thing is, as an admin, I need to have a clear view on which geo that I am administering when I am creating a site or when I am setting properties on a site collection and so on. Yeah? So here I am in the North America geolocation. Well, how do I know I'm in the North America geolocation? Well, on the top left, immediately we tell you which geolocation you are in. This is the admin center for North America. So any activity that you do in this particular experience is going to be only applicable for North American site collections and OneDrives. Okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and select the site collection, site management experience, and get all the sites that are available in my North America itself. I'm going to pick a site from North America. Let's say it's a wind energy site. And here I'm actually do you guys notice that? What is that notification that just popped up? What was it? This is the one that we just kicked off at the start of this session. So it notifies me right away. Now the particular Japan geo is actually ready for my consumption as well. How cool is that? Within what, 10 minutes, I guess? Yeah? So now it was ready to go. I was actually waiting for the end of the session to show it to you. Well, here you go. It's ready already. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this site, which is the wind energy site in the US. I'm going to add to an hub. How many of you are familiar with the hub sites concept? All of you. So the idea is you have a single parent site, and you can attach associated sites to it so that you have a single navigation experience, news roll-up experience across this sites itself. Meaning, if you have a, let's say, wind energy department, and you want to have a hub for that particular wind energy department, you have multiple sites that you can attach to it. So here I'm going to take this site, and I want to attach to wind energy hub itself. Now, if you notice here, I have wind energy at Contoso EU hub itself popping up, in addition to solar energy at US, superconductors at Contoso Europe as well. The first thing you notice here is, regardless of where the hub site is hosted, whether it is in Europe or Australia or in US, I, as the SharePoint admin, can see it in my experience. Let's say in this case, I'm in the US admin center, and I can associate an US site to an European hub site. Right? Why? Because typically, departments might have spread across in multiple subsidiaries. However, as an end user, you want to give him a single roll-up view for what happens in the department, no matter where the subsidiaries are located, but give them a single view. That's exactly the reason why we are offering this experience to you, so that you can associate a site from any geo to a hub that lives in any geo as well. How cool is that? Yeah? I'm going to go a little bit further. So I'm going to go ahead and select that wind energy, and let me click Save. So it's going to now associate with that wind energy hub itself. Let me switch to the European Admin Center real quick. So now, how do I know I'm in the European Admin Center? Right here on the top left, it is telling me it's a European Admin Center. But also, if you notice the URL, it is telling me explicitly that I am Contoso demo eur-admin.com. So that's the convention that I use. Every SharePoint satellite geo that I am creating, I'm putting in 3-letter suffix or prefix, however you like, to your URL itself. By virtue of it, just by looking at the URL, I know which geo I'm in as well. Of course, as an end user, they don't have to look at this at all. So they will be able to just work with simple clicks across multiple experience, which we will show you in a minute as well. So here I am in the European Admin Center, and I'm going to go ahead and select that hub site that I just associated the US site with. And I'm going to check for some settings here, because one of my colleagues said it is actually not letting them to do external sharing. Well, that's true, because this particular hub site is actually turned off for external sharing. But then I realized, well, in US, I actually allow external sharing. So let's check out what the sharing policy looks like in the European location. So here we have a policies control. I go to the sharing policy. That is correct. It is turned off in the European location. What it tells you is Some policies, like sharing policies, you can tailor them to a given geo. The reason for that is you may have a different requirements or different regulation policies for specific satellite geo. In Europe, you may want to completely turn off external sharing, whereas in US and other places, you might be okay doing it. In fact, you may have a specific partners in Europe that you just want to open up only for them, whereas in US, you may have a different external partners that you want to open up with them. So you can have geo-specific sharing controls and policies even within this multi-geo tenant itself. The other aspect, you may say, well, what if I want consistent policies across my multiple geos? It's very simple. Use our PowerShells and apply the same policy across all your geos, and that's how you get that experience as well. So you get the flexibility of individual geos can have its own policy of sharing, as well as consistency, if you really wanted to, apply that across the geo as well. So that's one aspect of policy. The other aspect of the policy is data loss prevention, because you do want to have data loss prevention policies that are tailored for your geolocation site itself. So for example, here I have the policies for US financial data, European financial data, Australian Privacy Act, France PII. So I can create multiple geo-specific policies, and then I can target those policies for the sites that are located in that particular geo itself. So let me show you real quick. So here I am in the European financial data policy. If I go ahead and click on it, it's going to allow me to say what locations that I can target this particular policy. So here I am editing that policy. And it is going to allow me to say what sites, SharePoint sites, I want this policy to be applied. So as you can see here, I have selected the 3 important sites that I want this DLP policy to be targeted for. So you can target specific sites for a given policy. Now, on the other hand, remember in the hub site, when I was associating a US site to a European hub, if you have to apply this same DLP European policy to that US site, you just add that site URL as well. So you have that flexibility again to apply a specific DLP policy even across geos. You just have to select the appropriate site collections in this particular picker itself. Make sense so far? Yeah? You guys like it? Yes? All right. The next up, let's go a few more steps further. E-discovery. How many of you are e-discovery managers or at least working with the e-discovery related aspects? Yeah? So in a multi-geo tenant, perhaps you may want to have an e-discovery manager for North America, an e-discovery manager for Europe. What that means is they get to do e-discovery against the content that resides only in that geo. So if I'm a European e-discovery manager, I can do e-discovery only against the content within that European soil. I cannot go and try to do an e-discovery case against a US content and then try to see those results as well. Or perhaps you want to have a single person trying to do everything. Great. Then you apply him every roles, and that's how you get that experience as well. And that's what I'm showing here. In this case, I'm creating a couple of e-discovery policies where Sesha is the US e-discovery manager, and then there is a European manager, Jeff, who's going to take care of European discovery as well. So that gives you that flexibility too. So that gives you an idea. Again, in the interest of time, I'm going to move on to the end user experience, but this gives you an idea on how in-depth we thought through each and every important policies as well as configuration aspects of SharePoint, and then give you this experience. I will leave with one last thing, taxonomy. How many of you are using taxonomy, enterprise management data? Yeah? So you all know replicating the taxonomy data across your on-premises forms, perhaps you have custom solutions for it, or perhaps have some other solutions help you to do that. Well, here in multi-geo tenant, you don't have to do that at all. It comes out of the box for you. So for example, here I am in the European location, as you can see at the top, and I have some taxonomy terms that are right here for me for wind energy that my enterprise taxonomy admin has created it. So I have batteries, windmills, and wind power. Those are the taxonomy data that's available for me. Well, this came from, actually, if I go to the US side, let me actually hold it, some people are taking pictures. This is our old admin center, by the way. This is our existing admin center. I'm going to go to the North America side, and as you can see here, I have the exact same list, meaning in the central location, which is in US, my enterprise taxonomy admin is managing that, and then behind the scene, automatically, all those taxonomies getting replicated to the satellite as well. In fact, the one I just added, the Japan location, it automatically got the same list of taxonomy as well. How cool is that? Okay, that's for admins. As you can see, I can keep going on admins, but I'm going to now request Adriana to come on stage to actually show us some of the end user experiences, how it looks like in a multi-geo tenant. And she's going to act as European satellite user so that you can see the view from the satellite user perspective, not from the end user perspective.
Hi, everyone. How are you doing? So I am a Contoso employee, and as Sesha just mentioned, I am based in Europe. So I'm just going to give it a couple of seconds for 6 to show up. So as an employee, I am often on the road, and I need to do work because, you know, you're a busy person. So I am able to access anything in my tenancy from the SharePoint app, which is what I am projecting to you right now. So for instance, I can go to my recent view and see my documents that I work on from all of the geolocations, all of the documents that I have access to. So for instance, here, I am showing you some North American content, UK information, as well as some North American and European details. Likewise, I can go ahead and save content that I want to access while I am on the road from all of the geolocations. This is the key point. Takeaway is that the unified experience goes across the geos. Likewise, I can conduct a search and find content regardless of where it is located. So I'm just going to do a quick search for wind. And as you can see here, I can see some of my wind sites. For instance, the wind energy in Contoso EU, as well as windmills in some of the other sites that I have across the geolocations, such as the North American Wind Energy Hub, which is, of course, located in North America. So aside from search, which, as we mentioned, is a unified search experience, I can go in and see the news, and the news should be very familiar to you if you're using SharePoint Home. I can see the news from all of my geolocations just on my app, and I will show you as well when I go into the user experience in SharePoint. So the concept here is that the end user does not need to know, I don't need to know where something is. I can see and access all of my content seamlessly. So I'm just going to switch very quickly into the SharePoint experience, SP Home, and I'm going to walk you through as well through that experience. So let's just wait for a refresh. All right. So here, if you recall the news that I was seeing in my app, same news are reflected. So I can see news from GDPR, of course, that being a European component, wind energy, which is the European project, as well as the North America Wind Energy Conference site. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom a little bit on the URLs so that they're more obvious to you as I go over them. So let me just do a quick zoom. So North America. All right, so here I'm just going to highlight the URL for you very quickly. So Contoso Demos X. And by the way, as I mentioned, I am a European user. Likewise, I'm just going to hover over one of the other sites, which is our our Wind Energy Contoso EU site. And I'll try to move very slowly here so that I don't make you too dizzy. So Wind Energy. And let us, hang on 1 second. Let's snap the URL. All right, there we go. Okay. And as you can see, Contoso Demos EUR. So that's our European URL. Likewise, I can follow sites from all of the geolocations. Here I have a pretty good assortment of sites, such as the finance site, solar energy, US side, wind energy. Like in the SharePoint app, I can view my recent sites, regardless of which geolocations they are, my saved, as well as my recommended sites. So my administrator can pin any sites and recommend them to you. Right now, I have wind energy pinned, which reminds me that I need to create a site in the wind energy. So as I click on the site create experience, I'd like you, and I'm going to zoom you into a few aspects. So I am going to create a site right now that I'm going to call Carbon Parts. And let me show you one thing. As I typed in, as you can see, the URL is getting composed. So there's several things that are happening in the background. One of them is that we are fetching your preferred data location attribute. Oops, let's do it a little bit nicer here. And we are composing the site URL based on that preferred data location attribute. So as you can see, the site is getting composed as Contoso Demos EUR sites carbon parts. So I'm going to go ahead and create this site. I'm just going to make it publicly available. go ahead, create a site. I can also add owners regardless of their geolocation. So I'm going to add my coworker Adam Fox, who is in Contoso, Australia. I am going to add Melissa, who is in the European region, and I am going to add Sesha, who is our North American user. So I can keep collaborating and sharing with my sites regardless of where the users are. They can come into the sites and collaborate with me. So I'm going to go ahead and finish provisioning the site. And Sesha was earlier mentioning to you that you can also create hub sites and associate content from all of the geolocations. So I'm going to go ahead in here, in this site, and associate it to one of my hubs. So I'm going to go ahead and associate it since it is part of the wind energy project. I'm going to go ahead and associate it with the wind energy site. I'm going to save those changes, and immediately the navigation will be updating for this site to link me back into the wind energy project. So I'm just going to, again, zoom it in for you so that you can see clearly, and it's showing me all of the associated sites with this hub. And I know if some of you guys are working on hubs, so you're probably very interested in this. And I'm going to now go up to the hub level so that you can see the content roll out as well from the hub itself. So here I can see my most recent documents, and my news are just loading up from all of the geolocations and content that is associated into the hub. So for instance, right now I have content that is associated from Windmills Europe, that is associated from the North American Wind Conference, which is also is hosted in North America, as well from Wind Turbines EUR. So hubs, hubs are multi-geo aware and able to roll into them content from all of the geolocations. Likewise, most recent documents, regardless of where the site is that is connected to the hub, doesn't matter if it's North America, doesn't matter what geolocation, all of your documents are going into this hub, is going to roll up into the hub. And I know many of you are probably very curious about search. So search, the same is true. I can search for wind being an associated topic to the site. So I'm going to go ahead and search for wind. And this search query, again, is taking results from all of the geolocations and displaying them as a unified stack rank result set. So if you've worked with search before,
just want to,
yeah.
The one person got it. Just want to repeat that a little bit. This is index is living in each geo. So there is a search index in US, search index in Europe, search index in Australia, and so on. What you're seeing here is we are bringing in those results from those indexes and then giving you a unified result, relevant scores just based on the computing layer itself, so that you can meet your data residency because the index is living in each geo. At the same time, the end user, like Adriana, can actually get a single unified results right there. Yeah? Cool. Yes. Keep going. Yes. Let's go.
Yeah. And of course, I'll just go up, show you a couple of things. News, again, showing from all of the geolocations. And not only that, but I can go into my documents experience, and I can do some of the collaboration in sharing scenarios as well. So I don't know if you remember that Sesha had earlier on, he had blocked in this geolocation external sharing. So I'm just going to show you a quick example of that and see if things are blocked, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to share with my buddy Bob Ma 2018 at hotmail.com.
So I'm sure you have users like these who are trying to share accidentally or knowingly their documents with external users, yeah? That's what she's trying to do now.
I'm a little bit of a devious user. All right, so let's see what happens. Oh, looks like I'm not allowed to share with my buddy Bob, so can't just be leaking information to Bob these days. All right, well, it's a bit of a shame, but instead I'm going to go ahead and share with one of the legitimate users in the tenant. So I'm going to share with Adam Fox, who is one of our Australian users. All right, so immediately I just type Adam, People Picker is multi-geo aware, shows me Adam Fox. I'm just going to share this document with Adam. And some of you are probably wondering, what is the collaboration experience across geos? Well, so I'm going to go in here, and collaborate with Adam real time. He's just logged into this document. He's making some edits. I am going to do the same. I'm just going to make some edits. Okay, you can see them real time, 2 users across geos collaborating. So I hope you find this cool. We do. So let me just close out of here. And then heading back again into our document library, there is a couple of functionalities that we can also do. Adam was wondering whether he could have some documents moved over into the solar energy. So I'm going to point over to the solar energy URL just to show you where solar energy is. So this site is in Contoso Demos X. So that is in my North American location, right? So I'm going to go into my wind energy hub. And I am going to share by moving across and copying across this file into the North America location. So I'm just going to make a copy so that the Contoso project can have the file in North America. So here is just fetching the list of the sites that I normally work on. So, and I apologize, the internet connection is a little slow here. But you can see immediately solar energy US. So I'm going to go ahead and move over. So this is across geos, by the way. I am moving a copy or making a copy of this document. So I'm just going to go ahead and click it over.
Good. Yeah. And it's
All right. And now it has finished. So it just took, like a couple of seconds to copy over this document. Likewise, I can go ahead and add columns. Sesha was showing you earlier that taxonomy is unified. So I am just going to go ahead and add a column. So I'm going to be adding a metadata column. So I will do wind energy as the topic of my column. And I am going to go ahead and select manage metadata. So I'm just going to plug into the taxonomy. And here, you'll see that immediately my corporate taxonomy pops up. And it has the wind energy categories. So I'm going to go ahead and select the category that relates to windmills, which is the project that I am working on. Again, all of this is coming from the central taxonomy. And I can even, if I wanted to, I could do a default value. So I'm just going to do medium size as my default value. All right. And now, as you can see, I have the wind energy column added. So those are some of the things that I can do as a multi-geo tenant and as a multi-geo user.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Adriana. I think that deserves a good applause for her. Yeah. So we touched base on some of the aspects of end user in satellite, how it will come through. Now, I know many of you might be thinking, this is all great, but can I actually move a site from one geo to the other geo? We just showed you that moving a document from one geo to the other geo. How many of you are actually interested in that, first of all, to see it? I might go a little bit longer, by the way. That's why I'm asking the question. All right, yeah? We'll go. Good. So what I'm going to do is show you what the commanded experience will look like first while she's setting up for the end user, so that you can see how to configure your site collection so that it can be ready to be moved from one geo to the other geo. Now, why would you do that? The reason is you might have created a site collection in some location, but then the data, perhaps the project itself is moving to the other geo, so you need to adhere to the data residency in that new geolocation where the site is. So here is an example commandlet right here, which is start SPO site content move. That's basically the new commandlet that's getting introduced, where all you have to do is source site URL. So you provide the source site itself, and then you provide the destination location where you want to move to. So let's say I want to move the site collection from US to the European location. I just have to pick the source site URL from the US location, and then destination is EUR, which is for European location. Then automatically the site will get queued up for the move itself. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get the site created here, site move initiated here. Now, this might, as you can imagine, is going to take some time. I think the immediate question, perhaps, that you might be having is, what happens to the end user experiences? For example, if I have shared a document from this site collection with my buddies in other geos, now I am moving the site to a different geolocation. What happens to that link itself. Second of all, in the most recently used links that you have in Office client and other clients, what happens to those links? Those will get broken. Also, what happens to the case of sync client? If I'm syncing this library from this particular site collection, is that going to get affected as well? So the answer to all of those things, we looked at the high-value experience for those end users and then provided a solution such that, for example, in the case of the links that you have shared with them past, we will have a mechanism to automatically redirect to the new location where the site collection is. In the case of sync client, where it is syncing to your US location, it will then automatically start syncing to your European location as well, because that's built in to the service and the sync client knowledge so that we know the site is now being moved, and then it will automatically repoint to the new location after the sync is actually established there as well. So let me actually switch to quick end user and see how the experience will look like in the end user perspective before the move is happening.
As you can see here, the site that we are about to move is located in North America. So again, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so that you can see the URL. So it is Contoso Healthcare. So that is my central location, which in this tenant happens to be North America. Before moving, I did a couple of things. So while Sesha was talking to you, I synced some files from the site to my sync client. I also made a bookmark with the old URL for this site, or the pre-move URL. So I'm just going to click on that to show you that I'm not tricking you. I really did bookmark it, and he just began the move. So now the site is getting moved, and it's telling me that, hey, there is an operation happening. This site is being moved. Something else that I did while he was talking is that I shared a file from this site, old URL of the site, and I also opened up a file in my Word client, so my Office client.
All right, so I'm going to quickly switch to the progress so that I can show you. So here is the progress that has happened for that move job that I just created. So it is telling me that this move has been initiated. The source location is North America, and the destination is EUR. And then the progress is 1 out of 4. That tells you there are 4 major steps that we take in order to move this site collection from one geo to the other geo. For example, the first step is to do the prerequisite of, is the site collection ready to be moved? For example, if you have the site collection, let's say for some reason on legal hold or any of other legal or compliance aspects to it, then it will immediately tell you, sorry, you cannot move the site because the site is under the legal hold or it has any of those compliance aspect to it. That would be one example where immediately it will come back and say, yeah, I cannot move it for you. You have to remove that restrictions, and then I can move this out for you. Second of all, we also do the backup of the site collection, and then we will do the restore of the target itself. Our goal is to ensure the window of read-only is very small for the end user. So we optimize for that particular experience, minimum read-only window for the end user. And because of that, we have made some design choices to give the less read-only window. The last step is, of course, once the site is restored on the target, we want to be able to clean up the source as well, because you don't want to have data in 2 locations. You want to clean it up and delete the data from the source location. And this is the and is super important, which is we will leave behind a redirect site in the source location. That way, the shared link experience I just talked about, because people are sharing their documents all along, if somebody hits the old URL, they now will be able to redirect to the new location automatically as well. Okay? Now, in the interest of time, is that move completed?
Well, let's see.
Let's check.
Let's see. All right. So switch over to me.
Number 6.
All right. So if you remember, healthcare, that was my URL. I'm going to go into my bookmark with the old site address and see what happens. That happened very quickly, but I'm going to zoom in so that you can see that my site URL is now Contoso Healthcare EUR. So my site is moved over into Europe, and I use the old URL. And you might be wondering what happens to my NGSC client. So while the move was taking place, my NGSC client disconnected and then reconnected to the new location for my sites. So I am just go ahead and open up one of the files from Windmills. in my documents folder. And then you can see that I am still able to access and collaborate with the files. I can modify them if I need to. And I will also go ahead and show you the Word experience. So I'm just go ahead into Word. One of the things that happens is that the MRU, which is the most recently used files in Word, so if you're collaborating with somebody or you just have your MRU open, you can go ahead and go into your MRU, and hopefully you can see a little bit. If not, I will zoom it in, and you can see that it has immediately refreshed. If I hover over, I don't think it's going to stay put, but it will refresh to show you the most recently used file list in Europe now that the file has moved to the European location.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you very much, Adriana. Yes, definitely. That definitely requires an applause, for sure. Now, many of these things, I know there are a lot more. I guess I could probably write a book about this, but I have one slide that I can explain to you how the architecture behind the scene is. I'm not going to get into the details. You can take this and read through it. There are a lot of notes in this particular slide. The idea was many of these experiences are made possible by us going through each and every high-value aspects, and also more importantly, the components like search, taxonomy, profile experiences, as well as hub site experiences, and what you just saw, the site move experiences, and being able to give you a unified experience, a single unified experience for the end user itself. Now with that, let me actually close up. We talked about move with the roadmap slide. Okay, there we go. So as I said, preview will be available end of the year, and then Q1 calendar 19 is when we are planning to make it generally available for SharePoint Multi-geo. With that, I'm actually done, and thank you very much for your time. If you have any questions, feel free to go to the mic. We'll probably 5 minutes, we'll take some questions. And by the way, anyone who's asking question, you get a sunglass. So my folks are here is going to give you a sunglass right away. Please go to the mic if you don't mind, ask the question. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Azure Information Protection.
Yeah.
So that would be the next step right now. I, as a user, maybe don't pay attention to what PDL I live in, right? And I want to put a document into SharePoint.
Okay.
And it'd be really nice, again, roadmap, to see Azure Information Protection be aware of the PDL. So when the document gets put into SharePoint, it gets put in the right
geolocation. Yeah. Good feedback. Yes, thank you for the feedback. Yeah. I'll take question from there. I'll go one mic at a time. Yeah? Yeah.
What can you say about licensing?
Can you get that glass there?
So licensing for multi-geo is now available.
Yeah, we actually in the previous session I talked about it, which is there is for satellite users. Well, first of all, it is an Office 365 multi-geo SKU that you need to add it to your tenant. Then second of all, when you have it, then it complies all the Office 365 services, including Exchange, SharePoint, OneDrive, in the future, whatever we are adding. It will be a $2 per satellite user per month. That will be the additional add-on that you're getting. So let's say you have 100,000 users in central location, 500 in your satellite, you are paying for those 500 users. That's what you're doing. And I can take offline a little bit more questions because I want to give opportunities for everybody for technical questions too. Yes. Okay, go ahead, sir.
What kind of training or awareness do you usually see as you're deploying this? We're trying to deploy 10,000 users in Europe.
What's that?
We're deploying multi-geo for 10,000 European users at the end of October.
Sure.
And what kind of awareness do we need to put out, or how does this impact the end
user
impact?
Yeah, it's a great question. So first of all, you do want to let them know that you are allow them to have OneDrives, and they will be in a geo of Europe or Australia. Mm-hmm. But in terms of experience-wise, there is no difference as what you have done in the central location. So I would start with, what have you done for the central users, central location users? Do the same thing here. In addition, let them know the fact that you are actually now in the European location of our tenant. That's the one thing you want to let them know. Third aspect is in terms of move, you have to be really careful because this one, I showed a demo of how many things we have done. At the same time, you still want to let the user know there's going to be a move happening. Read-only window will be there, so be aware of it. So that is important communication. You want to get them out there as well. And we have a template actually for the move, like when the move happens, what you send it out. So it is an AKA MS/SharePoint multi-geo. So that's where you can actually see them as well. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Hope you enjoyed the session. Yes.
Thank you. Great session.
Thank you. Yeah.
I noticed you mentioned the team sites.
Yeah.
Do you plan to extend this across the modern framework to include communication sites as well?
Absolutely, yes. The demo that we showed where she was creating a site, you can pick a communication site. It will follow the exact same logic. Yes.
Perfect, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. Can you get that gentleman first? Okay, go ahead.
You said that you were moving over various things, or you were replicating the term store.
Sure.
What about content types?
Well, content types, it's as long as it's a managed, enterprise-wide managed metadata that is part of your taxonomy in central location, then that will also get replicated.
And the templates, if you set up document templates, things like that?
I believe so too. As long as it's in the central location and you meant it for replication, by default everything is replicated to others, then yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you again for your presentation. You mentioned before that the different regions can have different sharing policy set.
Yes.
I'm part of a Japanese-based company. We have a large U.S. office.
Okay.
Using the same tenant right now.
Okay.
And you said also that there's no performance gain really with multi-geo, so what is the benefit for us to go there?
Well, the benefit, well, first of all, if there is no data residency need for Japan or for any satellite, you don't need a satellite based on multi-geo, number one. Number two, this is where we have been clear about, this is not a performance solution, because the performance, you might have it because of different reasons. It might be because the customizations you have done or network congestions that is happening. So you first want to do the root cause analysis of what is the root cause for the performance issue that you are seeing. Now, if it turned out it's because of the data is far away from thing, everything else is perfect, then perhaps this may help you in this case. But it's not a silver bullet for performance solution. That's all we're trying to do.
A substitute for Express Route, for example?
No, it's not.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. Yes.
Good afternoon, and thank you for the session.
Thank you. Yeah.
You mentioned you provided good reason for OneDrive and SharePoint single tenant. But you didn't touch Exchange online services. And I had experience, and what I hate about single tenant, being US based and sitting in Tokyo office, send an email to colleague was next to me, I can visually see delays
yeah.
in email when it's going all the way around the globe, written to mailbox in US,
Got it.
and then go to next. So what's the plan for Exchange online services?
So Exchange Online is also supporting multi-geo. In fact, that is already available as well. So you can enable in your tenant, talk to your account team and ensure that you are you can enable the multi-geo for Exchange as well. Exchange OneDrive is already available. And SharePoint, as I just said, is going to be available in Q1 calendar 19.
So to clarify, you are saying you replicate mailboxes to locations, so they are sitting in...
I can give you my card. I'll connect you with the Exchange, my peer in Exchange, so they can give you a little bit more data on that.
Excellent,
yeah?
thanks.
Thank you. Yeah. The sunglass for him too. Yes, go ahead.
Thanks for the session. It's pretty good.
Yeah, thank you.
I work for a company where we have projects in 80 plus countries, including the development countries.
Okay.
We have done a lot of network analysis and found that latency could be the issue at times for performance.
Okay.
So we're looking at this solution kind of from the performance angle.
Okay.
But also my question is, we have the ADFS server sitting in Azure in the US tenant.
Yeah.
How would we deal with that? Because the request has to come anyway into US for authentication and then go back to the say, other tenants.
So you have two questions there. First thing, for performance, like I said earlier, and I'll repeat it, this is not a performance solution. So you should not look into this for your performance solution. I'm happy to help you connect with, there's actually a performance expert team that we have. They go through full due diligence to first understand what the root cause of your problem is. So that will be first answer. So the answer is no. So don't use it as a performance solution. The second answer, you're specifically talking about ADFS server. Of course, when you are globally deploying your data, you want to ensure in your on-prem, whatever the authentication product that you are using also has the same globally deployed aspects as well in order to get the better experience. It will work because sign-in, we are doing it once in a while when the user has to be signed in. It's not every request to SharePoint has to go back to your on-prem and then come back here, correct? So only at the time of sign-in, yes, it is possible if you have only one ADFS in US, then you will have a problem. I know for sure ADFS actually has programming guide on how do you actually deploy globally so that you can address these kind of global deployments as well.
But
So
that has
just-
to be done, right?
That has to be there, yes, for the best experience for the end user. Yeah.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good, very good.
Is there anything on the roadmap to apply security and DLP policies to the end users based on geolocation? So like I can give you a couple use cases.
Sure.
So I, as a user in the US, have been granted access to a site. I go to a foreign country, a hostile country. I'm outside of my region. Is there a way, based on my geolocation, that I've now restricted access to either read-only or no access at all based on where me as an end user am around the world?
So for those kind of needs, there is a feature called conditional access policy. Are you aware of that in Azure Active Directory? So that is the solution for you. So we have conditional access policy capabilities such that you may say, if somebody is signing in from this particular country, never let them in to get to my corporate data, for example. So you can completely do that. In fact, in SharePoint itself, we have a capability called network device policy. So you should go down the route of policy and then apply them there, not necessarily in a multi-geo fashion, actually.
Okay,
yeah?
thank you.
Thank you, yeah. Yes, go ahead.
Hi, thank you for a session. Quick question.
Yeah.
So this is available to, or will be available to all of the geos, so any pairs, so I can have like a US main site and then do a multi-geo for some sites in Canada, some other in Europe?
Yes, absolutely. The list I showed you with all the geos, it's available with any pair, or if you want all the pairs, you can have all of them too. Yes, absolutely.
For each pair, right?
Yes, thank you. Yeah. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Thank you for the session. What's the timeline for India to be released?
We are hoping, don't quote me on it, and it can change. By end of the year, the India will be available. That's our current tentative timeline, okay?
Thank you.
Yes. This is not a technical problem. This is actually a non-technical problem. So that's where the challenge is. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, we have a single tenant, but we have users across multiple countries like Germany, Asia, US. And our legal team is looking to restrict OneDrive sharing. Even though we are single tenant, they want to restrict within like US, Europe, and
Within
Asia.
the geo, you're saying?
Within geos.
Got it, got it. So if you're a Europe user, you can share only within Europe. If you're a US user, you can share only within US.
Yeah.
Interesting, okay.
So we have been telling them that within our Microsoft support has been
Yeah,
telling
I would love to understand the use case behind it first, because at the end of the day, you are a single enterprise, so I would like to understand it a bit better.
in each countries.
Sorry, what?
We have different subsidiaries in each country, like our US is a separate subsidiary, but our parent company is in Germany. So the legal is looking to see if there is a way. I mean, right now, we're sharing data across email and other ways, but going forward, they're looking to see if there is a way to isolate. Yeah.
So I don't have the good answer right now, but first of all, I'd like to understand your use case better. If you don't mind, reach out to me offline. I can happy to help you a little bit more there. Yeah? So go ahead, yeah.
Thank you. How would an organization reach out to become part of the preview?
So through your account team, your Microsoft account team, you can reach out to them and say, hey, I heard about multi-geo in Ignite. I would like to be part of that preview. Can you please connect me with them? And there's a process to get into the preview cycle itself. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Can I do sharing externally with just a single site collection as opposed to my entire North America tenant?
Yes, you can share a single site collection with the external user. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys.